Hey guys, I'm back. Just thought I'd do a little video here for you on what vehicle I use to make my burnout truck. And right here, as you can see, we have the Enzo Off-Road, or Enno's Off-Road, I'm not quite sure. It's a cheap, basically beginner hobby grade RC. That's what the chassis looks like right there, stock. Okay, it's got no adjustable links at all. Okay, so when I first saw it, when I first got it, I was a little disappointed. I was like, oh God, I thought this was supposed to be hobby grade. And then I got into it and started looking around at it. It comes with all metal gears, metal drive shafts, oil shocks. It comes with a parts book, so you can order all the parts for it, and they have upgraded parts, so you can put upgraded links and stuff like that on it. So the deeper I got into it, actually more impressed I got. I gave, for these cars, they're around $100 to $120 for these cars. They come with a 540 brushed motor. They do, I don't know, 15 miles an hour or so on that 540 stock, which isn't bad. Like I said, it's a good learner's vehicle. If you have kids or anything, or you're new to the hobby and you don't want to spend a lot of money, it's a really good car. But as for if you want something to modify or upgrade, it's really not a bad platform to start from. I guess so I'm going to change the view here, and I'm going to go over to the table. And that's what I turned it into. Let me get rid of this stuff here. Okay, and that's what the outcome was when I was all said and done. So now, like I told you, I gave $119 and change. So I gave $120 for the RC itself. Now, additional money, what I've spent. The wheels were only $12 and change, so around $13. The body I got on sale for $35. So we got $35, $47 right now, $48 in upgrades so far. So I'm at around $168 or so with what I've done. Then I upgraded. Put roughly a $10 fan system on it. I put in I was wrong on the motor size the other day. I put a 3660 in this. I thought it was a 3670. It's a 3660. The 3670 is in my Red Cat, I guess. So I upgraded the motor. I upgraded the ESC. It's just a cheap $30 ESC. The motor was $30, so I got another $60 there. So I'm looking at it roughly like $210, $220. Oh, I forgot. And I upgraded the shocks. Another $20. So I'm at about, yeah, $230 probably, I'd say, on this vehicle. I've used upgraded servo from the cheap little tiny plastic one. I'll show you what they look like here. This is the whole system you get with that vehicle. So this is that's the remote, just a little cheapy. I do like the feel of it because it is very close. So if you do like to run one-handed, it is very, very good for that. I mean, it's fine. It works good. It's just very light. Very, very light. I had no problem with range or anything. It's just a 3-battery setup. And so, I mean, 150 feet away or so, I probably drove it from me, messing around. And it worked fine on that little remote. But it just doesn't cut it for what I want. Now the servo in them, the servo is a definite upgrade need, because the servos in these have no power. This is the servo, as you can tell, the size comparison between that servo and that servo. There's a big difference. These are tiny. These are like little toy servos. No good. And the motor itself, like I said, is a 540 brushed, but it comes with ESC and receiver built into one. I can't stand that setup, so I ripped it out instantly. There's nothing wrong with the setup. It's all brand new. I'm not going to run it. I'll use it for another project on something else, but not for an RC car. But I said I was very, very shocked. I don't know if you can see from the video or if you can tell. It's got metal drive shaft, metal C-cups here, hubs or whatever you want to call them, metal cups. It's got metal gears inside the rear end here. It's got metal pinion gears in there. I mean, it's got, everything's metal. Everything is metal on that. The center drive shaft is metal. The only problem, like I said, downfall, if you see it or not, but there's no adjustments on the links. I ended up, this link was too long right from the factory, so this tire bowed out really bad no matter what you did. So I ended up cutting it, heating it with my heat gun, and then screwing in a bolt and an end, and then making it like that. So now this side I can adjust, so I adjusted it so I can track it that I want to track. Now I want to talk a little bit about the burnout I was trying to do the other day, and why I think it didn't go as planned for one part. One part is I set this up more, I guess, kind of like a drag car where I went wrong. I made the back super soft, as you can tell. It should go right down and stay there. I made the front a little harder. See how it pops up, which is right. And I think I want to do that to the back. I think I want to tighten the back up and make it so it doesn't squat. I don't know if you saw in the video, if you guys watched my other video. You'll see when this takes off, it's jacked up, and the minute it takes off, it just squats right to the ground and holds itself down. It's one reason why I had such a hard time getting the tires started, because I was getting such a good bite from the squat in the car. So I think one thing I want to do is I want to put some heavier oil in these back shocks for the next burnout. So I'm probably going to put some like 45 weight in these shocks, and that'll keep this rear end up off the ground so it doesn't just squat instantly. I did make some little brackets and move the shocks out to straighten them up. I just figured that might help a little better with the burnout. I wasn't sure. I don't know if you can see on the back tire there. This is the side that was biting. I have limited slip. I didn't lock up the rear end, and I should have. And that's another problem that I did, is not locking up the rear end. I think that's one reason why I didn't get the outcome I wanted either. So I ended up burning the crap out of the back right. And, I mean, bad. Ruined it. And destroyed the front left. Very bad. So I was getting all my traction and bite on the left front and the right rear.